against the Toronto Raptors. We have two games: the Chicago Bulls and the Washington Wizards. As you can see, it's the last game of October. Trying to do as much as I can so I could go to the playoffs and see what we could do. But yeah, man, we are undefeated right now. We're 5-0. They are 1-4. But yeah, man, let's keep on going, man. Let's keep on going. I don't have a fear in the world. Whenever it's time, I know they'll be listening. If I want to think, then I know that I gotta get the rock. Gotta go harder with every drop. I do remember like Biggie and Pac. That be the reason I stay on my grind. I ain't wasting no time when I'm racing the clock. Yeah. If I can see them as a link, then I know that I gotta behave as a watch. Connect up if only by a notch. Mess with the art and then give them a swatch. Put everything that I got on the line. I ain't wasting no time cause I'm racing the clock. Yeah. I'm a star now. And visions don't feel very far now. My parents were stressing.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline, courtside. David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, guys, at the end of this season, there is a potential opt-out of the collective bargaining agreement. And after seeing star players hold out, some wonder if that will be exercised. Commissioner Silver says we have a common interest to ensure that contracts are honored. Those are issues we can approach collectively. Kevin?
As is always the best case. David, thank you. And this should be a very interesting matchup tonight. Plenty of guys, Doris, on the floor who play, as you like to say, the right way.
Right, Kevin. Experience always broadens your perspective. They understand what goes into winning, and they understand that good habits are built on a nightly basis. They want to make good decisions. These are fundamentally sound groups.
Look at the 76ers starting group. On the block, it's Tucker next to Embiid. Hunt out there with Tyrese Maxey. And it's Harrison at the three, the small forward. And for the Raptors, sharing the wing spots for them, it'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. Achua is out there with Scotty Barnes. And it's Flynn in the guard position. Now here's Flynn. Pass to Anunoby. Here's Achua. Pass to Flynn on the arm. Rebound by the 76ers. Here's Matt. Embiid inside. Covered by Achua. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. It's going to be Embiid shooting. It's going to be on Precious Achua. Philadelphia shooting their first free throw of the night. One shot. Free throw, oh good.
Really an underrated part of Embiid's game. Excellent as a foul shooter for a 7-footer. So you just can't hack away at it. And the sound of NBA vet Gary Trent Jr.'s game is very different than his dad.
Well, obviously, Gary Sr. had more size and therefore was a post player in a different generation. The younger Mr. Trent, an excellent shooter from deep. Pretty much the opposite style of play.
And that was the mobile one drop. Well, it was the second look.
And you gotta love the aggression that he had, taking it to the rim there. Sets the tone in a close game like this one.
Here's Flynn. The shot clock. Shooting the ball. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot two free throws.
That's his first personal. Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. But a lot has changed since then.
A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their careers.
They're great. Good shot. free throw drops for Flynn. And both free throws good from Flynn. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the 76ers. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
It was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
One thing we know, great teams in the NBA get production off the bench, and that was critical that night.
Anunoby has the open look. A three-pointer, no good.
Boy, that's over 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
And that one's good. Maxey.
Lights out here, right out of the game. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Toronto's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Out to the right wing. Barnes outside. On the wing, Anunoby. Barnes kicks to Trent. 5 on the clock. Fires from the line. And he nails the jumper.
Trent Jr. is a legit 3-level scorer. If you concede the mid-range, he's more than willing to take it.
Anunoby. They retain possession. Here's Tucker. And he makes that one.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Now the basketball, nope. Trent, that's a two-pointer. Then what a turn on down to the right foot. Drops in for a three.
So dangerous in catch-and-shoot situations because from the touch, it is out of his hands so quick.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Flynn the pass to Trent. Here's Anunoby. Sinks the triple.
OG Anunoby has put in such work on his perimeter game, and boy, that three-point shot getting more and more dependable.
And that one's good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here is Flynn. Following the basket by Tyrese Maxey. Flynn kicks to Anunoby. Trent outside. No coverage. That's Trent's got 6. And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. And Greg, we're still very early in the season. What are these teams right now doing to maintain success for the year?
Well, this is the time for coaches to experiment with lineup combinations. And for the players, it's important they learn each other's tendencies and try and work on building chemistry.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Ken Burks is checked in for Achua. Young comes in for Scotty Barnes. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Anunoby. Gets it to go. That one good from Melton.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Outside Porter. Passes it to Young. Here's Trent. The shot. No good. 18 that time from her. Here's Bible. Off to a good start as he gets his first shot attempt.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Flynn the pass to Trent. Porter inside. Defended by Thibault. Here's Birch. 18 that time from her.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
A shot by Milton, no good. Raptors trail by 7. Outside Porter. Toronto working the ball around now. Pass to Trent. On deep. The shot, no good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. And kicks to Milton. Hill trying to free himself up. Nice D from Porter. And it's Porter with the ball for Toronto. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Well, they couldn't buy a bucket at times, and that's frustrating. That game was not their friend.
I thought the striking thing was how little offense they generated. It doesn't matter how stout your defense is when you play that poorly on the offensive end.
That one trumps for him.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Pass to Birch. Goes up and it was a decent easy.
Well, you can let the strategy go inside, get a high percentage look.
Here's the end. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Thaddeus Hill.
All the officials.
This is his first free throw of the game. So he gets them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. Let's see if that changes here in a second. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Tons of points off. Penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
We've got Barnes. There's Boucher out there with OG Anunoby. And then there's Precious Achua. And it's Flynn and at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Boy, guys, when you think about the prototypical modern wing, Scotty Barnes, the reigning Rookie of the Year, certainly fits that mold, already proving to be a well-rounded two-way player.
Harden. Count the basket. Harden's got to get up to 11 now for the 76ers.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And a great job to get that angle on a tremendous drop.
And it's finishes like that which have helped them build this lead here in the first half.
Here's Achua. Unable to get that one. Good deep by Embiid.
And with Barnes, he's only scratching the surface of how good he can be.
GA, there is no question about that. Barnes is on the fast track to becoming a star. Why? Because he can score, defend, rebound, and even serve as a playmaker if need be. This is about developing those skills continuously and becoming more consistent.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. It's a busy few years for Jaden Harris. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much, we can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, he's been a key part of that success. success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, DA. Thank you so much. And stolen by Achua. Barnes outside. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Arnobi. And again, Toronto no up.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Left side, Harris. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Barnes outside. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Count it. Good. He's got his second best one tonight.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior.
Here's Harden. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
They can use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
To the middle. Here's Barnes. That's it. He found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Scotty Barnes, the complete package. Nice interior finish there.
Maxey passes to Harris. From deep. Another shot. That one is good for Joel Embiid. Embiid's got his second basket.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Arnobi. Good on the triple.
We know this about Scotty Barnes. He has a team-first mindset, finds the open player in that instance.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And as it goes his way with a quick overall by their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. Staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows that they're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not able to drink, especially towards the end of the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
76ers were on 2 for 3 at the foul line this week.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Now here's Barnes. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And of course, Scotty Barnes won the Rookie of the Year in 21-22 guys. You talk about a well-rounded basketball player who will affect winning with both his offensive ability and his defensive versatility.
And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise in the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a read off that class, he'd be closer to the top.
How about the jump shot by Scotty Barnes? Look out, folks.
2 points, that one goes.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Now, here's Trent. He's got 6. On the wing, Barnes. Look at 6. And he kicks to Trent. Over Harden. Off the left rim out.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And then one drops. And that's now 10 points for James Harden.
This speaks to the strength that James Harden possesses. He is so good at finishing through contact.
So, timeout called here for Sports Toronto.
It's express the lead to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
More rotations, more communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Ken Burns is checked in for the Raptors. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
Harden's ability to quickly scan the floor and then find the right window to deliver the pass. So good, so good.
Now here's Porter. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Count that bucket.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
The 76ers leading by 13. Here's Harrell. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Guys, not much more the defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength will just power through.
On the shoot there, Finland 6 free throws in the game.
That's his second personal
Look at
Not more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips in line in the first quarter.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Niang comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Jake Milton in for DeAnthony Melton. Here's Niang. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
It doesn't go for him. And so it's Philadelphia in command with a 16-point lead as the Bucks out. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Right out of the gates, it was Philadelphia setting the tone. You could see the daggers in their eyes as they went on a 10-4 run to start things off. Looking at the scoring breakdown, they ended up going wire to wire in the first quarter, never once giving up their lead. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play. Helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Their control of the ball is a big reason for this team. Seems like it might have been their game plan coming in. Send multiple guys to the rim when the shot goes up.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
I know it's not the case, but it seemed like they were.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Probably gonna get 2K. Yeah,
We'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
You just
I'm gonna get
love
a
the
knockout
patience
too.
in that first
Knockout
half.
score.
Waited until he got the look.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. So on the floor for Philadelphia. On the block, it's Tucker next to Embiid. Actually out there with Harden. And it's Harris into the three. Here's Embiid. And he battles for the ball against the second chance bucket. Embiid's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Philadelphia. The pass to Ananobi. And you see players trying to get the officials to blow the whistle. Were players in your day great falling down as much as they seem to be doing now?
Oh, it's way more common now. And let's face it, it's a copycat league. All the whistles slow the game down. I just love to see them let a little bit more go. Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Back to Flynn. And the rejection by Harden. The ball travels out of bounds. It was almost touched by Harden. Chris Boucher's checked in for Mars. in this third quarter, just over a minute play.
Well, an 0-3 start to the half, you need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first four here in the third.
Trent against Maxey. Played in with a nice touch on the glass. Maxey's got 8 points.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Toronto calls timeout. And for coaches' challenges, the refs making their own call. It's a little like putting their own text. Maybe they give that job to the review center.
You definitely miss a confirmation bias, and everyone wants to be right. It does seem like some calls stand that probably could be reversed.
Trent against Maxey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Flynn. The step back jumper is good.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off just sensational stuff.
Harden gets to Embiid. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Maxey. Harden the pass to Maxey. Rebound by the Raptors. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this one. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Passes it to Anunoby. Now, here's Achua. Guarded by Embiid. Trent passes to Anunoby. Flynn against Harden. And he recovers it. Second chance up. And that one was clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
His first personal foul.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
At the line for your Raptors, Malachi Flynn.
Two free throw drops for Flynn. And Toronto making a change here. Young's checked in. Korkmaz checked in for the 76ers. D'Anthony Melton comes in for James Harden. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the 76ers. Flynn against Melton. Anunoby in the corner. Takes a 3. The shot's good on the assist by Flynn. Anunoby's got 11 points.
Don't lose track of OG Anunoby. He's put in real time to make that jumper legit.
It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Outside Flynn. Young, right side. Pass to Trent. On the mark of the 15-footer. Takes a point for Gary Trent Jr.
Well, Thaddeus Young is a team-first guy. If he sees an opportunity to get a teammate a shot, he will deliver it.
Harris against Flynn. Shoots. And the basket by Harris. 6 points for him.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Flynn the pass to Anunoby. Tries from 10. And again, it's Anunoby.
They shot the ball well, but it hasn't been good.
Timeout called the 76ers. Substitution for Toronto. Ken Burch comes in for Chris Boucher. And Porter sub in from OG Anunoby. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Embiid. Deanne comes in for Tobias Harris. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Korkmaz. And Shake Milton in for Maxey. Trent outside. Pass to Porter. It's off the back rim. No good. The 76ers leading by 15. And Doris, the unlimited energy Montrezl Harrell plays with is very special.
That's exactly why he's in the league, Kevin. Think about it. He's a little bit undersized for his position, but you will not outwork Montrezl Harrell, and it's why he gathers respect in every locker room he plays
Here's Bush. He's guarded closely. He digs the rim with a two-handed slam.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
And a look at the basket, guys, still shaking. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance in the line. The 76ers shoot their sixth and seventh free throws in the game.
Shooting for Philadelphia. Matisse Thybulle.
No free throw missing. Barnes is checked in for the Raptors. And he can't hit the second. Raptors trail by 15. Outside Flynn. Launches it. The rebound by Niang.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Here's Melton. And that'll be two free throws coming up. Officials have been called with the foul. For Philadelphia, they have shot 3 of 7 at the foul line.
Team foul. Shooting for Philadelphia.
Melton hits them both.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Well, it's amazing. If you finish quarters the right way, it can have such a great impact on the outcome of the game.
Barnes can't get it to go. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll in a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Porter is out there with Gary Trent. Then there's Achua. Then it's Barnes. And it's Boucher in at the 4-man position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Porter kicks to Trent. Just 5 on the clock. Toronto needs to get off his shot. Boucher passes the Porter. And too long on the shot.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Trent kicks to Porter. Now, here's Boucher. That's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Harden. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Porter passes to Trent. Now Barnes, guarded by Harris. That one doesn't go. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there was a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about after halftime. They have valued each possession.
And the Raptors with some changes. Anunoby, he's checked in for Chris Boucher. And Flynn subbed in for Porter. Now, Anunoby. Achua kicks to Flynn. Oh, good on the dribble.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And slam dunk by Maxey.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now. He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And there's the whistle with the legal screen. Well, great for seeing high schoolers now making 6 figures to play basketball. I bet you wouldn't have minded that in your time, would you?
I tell you what, it beats delivering the newspaper, right? It's still fresh and developing, but a lot of different opportunities are emerging.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Wilson, he's checked in for Precious Achua. Young comes in for Barnes. Anderson Gomez is checked in for OG Anunoby. And it's Jackson in for Trent.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Anderson Gomez passes to Jackson. Trying to get something going. Rebounded by Tucker.
You can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Outside Jackson. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Shot clock at 5. Wilson kicks to Hernan Gomez. From outside, off the mark. For Philadelphia, they've won 7 of 7 for the field to start the final quarter. What an amazing start. It's good.
Yeah, we see this a lot from Tucker. He scores by overpowering the defender with his tremendous strength.
2 minutes remaining in regulation time.
Outside Jackson. Flynn with it. Jackson has the open look. And it's Reed pulling it down.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Harden the pass to Reed. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Well, terrific reach on the block. Thaddeus Young stretches out well for a big-time rejection.
Back to Hernan Gomez. On outside. On Gomez down low. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. The 76ers shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the 76ers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they won 2 straight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
Reed misses. We're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach. Just to try to find something that works.
I don't think you can be too busy with Josh Jackson. This guy is very good at getting calls when he has the basketball.
And he ends up missing both free throws. Now, here is Reed. Covered by Birch. Trent, right side. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, an enemy switch reminder.
That's exactly right. But with the way they control it and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much here with James Harden. James, this team adds on to.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Victoria Sport, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Alright guys, we won against the Toronto Raptors. Now we just got one more game to play, which is the Washington Wizards. That will be in November. We got 14 games before we reach November. So by the time we reach November, we have 14 games left, man. 14. Yeah, man. If y'all like this video that y'all watch, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna post this every day, every week, whenever I have free time. Yeah, man, we're going up against the Chicago Bulls next episode. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next video.